Hi everybody, thanks for joining us here on rESCwatch. In this video, Tim and I are going to react to Sweden's Melodifestivalen 2022 entries. Yeah.
Hello everyone!
So, I haven't heard any Melfest songs that are in the final. I've been really careful not to. Tim has, so he's going to be my guide through this. So we're going to react to a recap and then 3 favorites of Tim's, of the audience, whatever. So yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. I like a lot of Swedish songs. If you've watched this channel before, you know that like most of my favorite Eurovision songs ever tend to be from Sweden. So let's see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Song to do. Ooh, looks like a TikTok boy.
He is actually.
Oh.
Yes. Very Swedish.
Yeah, it's in Swedish too, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Oh, hold me closer. Okay, I've heard people talk about this one.
I love the rawness.
Voice is like kind of raspy. Oh, Robin Bengtsson again.
Yes.
He's a dad.
Again. Again.
I mean, still looking as good as he did in 2017.
Speaking of looking good, Liamu.
Oh, this one looks very slick and modern.
Reminds me of
Dance beat.
Dance You Off.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Oh, John Lundvik again too.
Another return.
This is just like, yeah. Oh, it's in Swedish this time though. Oh, that's cool.
At least he's switching it up.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, this one we showed you.
You showed me this one before. Oh, I like the empowering message of this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think she changed her dress for the final.
Oh, nice. Okay, can't get enough. This one has
this
like
is so
attitude.
catchy.
Yeah.
I've been streaming. And I know this looks very K-pop, and she wrote a lot of K-pop songs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, this one's like soul. Oh, I feel like the
and you know
message
what?
is really good.
This girl, Faith, she's a nurse, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, bigger than the universe.
With a PowerPoint.
Yeah, this one feels powerful too.
Bigger than us.
Bigger than us. Oh, Anna Bergendahl. Okay, another returnee.
I find the horses so creepy though.
Like a dark theme. Well, I like her outfit a lot.
Yes, and this is just party.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Denmark did not send Rave Metal, which I'm disappointed with, so maybe this will be the Nordic rave we need.
Please no.
Oh, Clara, has she been there before? Whoa.
She has.
She looks like she's wearing like a dragon fire Fiora Flam outfit.
Run to the hills.
Wow.
It's very EDM.
Yes, for sure.
Alright, Pablo. Now, now that we've heard a recap, does anything stand out to you?
Okay, this was so fast, but I think I'm biased because I'm still thinking of Denmark, but I like the party song. I have to say the TikTok boy caught my attention too for a variety of reasons.
For his looks? Question
but
mark.
I also liked Anna's song. I feel like, you know, she's back. John Lundvik's song was interesting to me too because it's in Swedish and I've only ever heard him sing in English before. So I'm kind of curious for that one.
Yeah, I mean, hearing your thoughts after reacting for the first time is really interesting. But now we're gonna do a deep dive into some of these songs. 2 of them are favorites, and one of them is dear to my heart, the artist. First up, we have Hold Me Closer by Cornelia Jakobs.
Okay.
And a lot of people hype this song, and I want to see what you think about the whole performance.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Let's see. She's just sitting there.
Starting slow. But as we saw in the recap, I guess it builds up.
Yes. And I love the starscape, like the films or whatever it is. And her
I think her
voice.
outfit's pretty cool too.
Yes, she's part of the Silver Lady squad from 2021.
Yeah. Wow. This one's very symphonic.
Yes. I think the green light reminds me of like the Northern Lights in a way. Like everything is dark and then there's the green.
Right. Her voice is pretty unique, like it's a little bit raspy, but it works.
You would think she's singing like rock music.
Yeah, like a San Remo woman voice.
But I like that she's not afraid to get messy. Like, this is clearly emotional and personal. And like, she doesn't, like, she's sitting down. Like, if her hair is not in the right place, it doesn't matter. It's about the feelings.
Yeah, for sure. I like how this keeps building up. Nice. Yeah, you can hear that emotion in her voice.
And this is what we're missing from a lot of Swedish entries.
Yeah, I think Sweden always sends really well-produced songs, but perhaps the emotion's not always there.
Yeah, it's mostly about the package, I think. And I think this has the package as well, but in a different way.
Yeah. It feels raw, if that makes sense.
In multiple ways.
Yeah, like that of, just raw emotion. Wow. No, and the build-up is great. Like, it starts off so slow and soft, and it just, I don't know. I can feel her emotion.
I'm glad this is a favorite to win, at least for the bookmakers. But you never know how it turns out. We can just hope for the best. At least this is my favorite.
Okay. Oh, she's barefoot. That seems to be a formula for winning too, like Loreen and what's her name, Emily DeForest.
Yes.
Aw, I can see why this is a favorite. I like this.
And you've waited so long to listen to it.
I know. I don't know how I held off, because I keep hearing about these from you and from others, but I was like, no, I can't listen to any of the final songs because I don't want to spoil myself for this reaction.
Of course, and we're glad we have a raw reaction, of course, from you.
Yeah, but I'm also really glad to have a guide to sort of explain it. So this works out very well. Almost like we planned it, Tim. Yeah.
I think this song is really scenic and moody. And when I listen to it, I feel like I can recognize the sadness, but it's also like hopeful and warm in this, at the same time. So I think, I don't know, it gives me a good feeling, and that's what we want to have when we listen to music. I mean, mostly.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty relatable.
Like, like someone you can't have and you somehow can be together. Or like you want the person.
It's so close to home, Tim. So close to home. Yeah.
Long distance relationships be like, they cannot always work. Yeah, so I feel like it can apply to a lot of different contexts, or even just someone who doesn't like you back, or just someone you can't have that you want to feel their presence. I feel like the more I think about this, the more relatable it gets, and the more I like it. Hold me closer before you leave until the sunrise. I'll be bleeding, but don't you mind, I'll be fine.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I think this is one of those songs too where understanding the lyrics makes you appreciate it even more. Like, I already like this song for how it sounded and everything, and just the pure, raw character and emotion in her voice, but this...
The writing.
Yeah, the writing of it. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm
Genius.
gonna listen again. I'm gonna read the lyrics, and I think I am probably gonna fall even more in love with it.
This
Yeah.
is meaningful, and I think it would do well
hmm
in Eurovision.
I hope so. But this is not the only contender, so let's
Yes, of
see what
course
else they
not.
have in store.
Let's
Yeah.
go on to the next song, which is Higher Power by my personal favorite country pop girlie, Miss Anna Bergendahl. And
Alrighty.
she's no stranger to Eurovision. She
hmm
was representing Sweden in 2010 in Oslo.
Yep.
And she infamously didn't qualify, which was the only time that
Yeah.
Sweden didn't make the final. But she's been
Yes.
back in Melodifestivalen, and she's bringing her personal style back into the showcase, and I think it's
hmm
really nice. So let's see what she has in store for us this time.
Alrighty. Yes. Let's see if this is redemption.
Higher power. Plats på scen, Anna
And
Bergendahl.
this was also, I think I saw Thomas Jeson's name there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this has to
Yeah.
be in your series.
Yeah, so this will be in the Thomas Jeson song reaction series. Ooh, cowboy hat. Oh
Skin
yeah, you can
tone
hear the
outfit.
country. Yeah.
She has the voice for it. Her voice is very like it's painting a picture.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
tone, the warm tones.
I like her outfit a lot.
Some people didn't.
I like it. It works. Like it's pretty bold to be dressed in like monochrome, but it works for her.
I like that this time she went for dark staging because usually it's a bit more colorful. But you have to focus on the song this way.
Yeah, and I think it honestly provides contrast with her because she's dressed in like a brownish yellow, so she literally stands out against the darker colors.
Did you see she threw the hat away?
Yeah.
And she's on the platform with lights and there's horses.
Yeah. No, this is very catchy. Very catchy.
I just love her music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is
why.
her best Melfest song, but she said this is part of a trilogy, and she sent all of those songs to Melfest in 2019, 2020, and this year.
Okay.
And this is the third one. But I don't know how they relate to each other yet.
I don't know. Haven't heard them. Not that I can remember.
We will though. Stay tuned.
Okay, this has anthemic qualities.
And she puts her all into it.
Yeah.
She believes
you
the
can tell.
words.
Yeah. Oh, and did you hear there's like a slight, I don't know, those are maracas or some sort of background instrumental sound?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
somehow
I feel
the
like-
horse creeps me out. Look at the eyes.
Oh yeah, they have very long eyelashes, horses do. I feel like this showcases her voice pretty well.
Yes. It's not too busy, and there's nothing distracting you from her too much.
Yeah, I already feel like I can start to sing along. Like I've only heard this once now. And I feel like
Well, she's very popular with the older Swedish population.
oh
always
yeah, so
gets
just in line
iPhones
with
from
like
them.
Charlotte Perrelli.
I guess we have old people taste.
Yeah, maybe we do. No, but this was good. It's so well produced. I mean, Sweden always sends such well produced songs, and like most Melfest songs that I've heard are really well produced. Yeah, no, I think this is really good and pretty catchy. Like I feel like I'm already starting to be able to sing along to it, maybe even
Do
more
you
than
see a
before
higher
we
power
close
rise? Spirit
Yes.
larger than life.
it. Power rise.
Exactly.
Large. Yeah, yeah, and her voice is like
Dig
fun to
right
try to
in.
emulate too. Obviously, I can't sing as well as she can, but it's like I can try.
Yes,
you
we
know,
can
with,
all
like,
wish
deep
to sing.
belting.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
that. All right.
Hmm.
And lastly, we are going to turn our attention to Anders Bagge. I think that's how you pronounce it, or somehow close to that. His song "Bigger Than the Universe." I think he is a famous judge from like Swedish Idol, and he is participating in Melodifestivalen for the first time.
Oh, this is the first time for him.
Yes, indeed.
Interesting.
A lot of people are excited, I think, in Sweden, and we will see what he can bring to the table as a veteran of songwriting in the music industry.
Yeah, let's see if the hype is there.
Välkommen till Melodifestivalen.
He said welcome.
Oh yeah, this is his first time. Yeah. It's a pretty stage. Okay, so he's singing in English.
Yes. He's international as well. And the globe is in the tree.
Nice touch. Okay, let us leave this world for a better place. Yeah, this sounds like a junior Eurovision message. Whoa. Yeah, that's cool. Like, we saw this in the recap. Like, he's soaring.
The landscape videos.
Yeah, this is like Macedonia. Junior Eurovision 2021. Wow,
well,
he has a good
has
voice.
An anthemic quality.
It does, yeah. And I feel like it's so easy for him. Like, he doesn't seem to be struggling at all with hitting those notes.
He can show off his vocals.
Yeah.
And back to the background. And I heard that he had stage fright, and he
really?
Yes, even as like a known singer, I guess, and he is on his way to overcome that, or this performance helped to play a big part in that, and he was really proud of himself that he did it. So a lot of Swedish people sympathize with him even more because of that, and yeah.
I think he has a lot to be proud of. Like, this is great. Yeah, and it's a really uplifting message, I think.
I think the lyrics are a bit cliche, basically, compared to some of the other songs. But yeah, I think the happy, like, hopeful mood of this song is really nice.
For sure, and sounds like children's backing vocals.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is sweet. I like this. It's really easy to listen to, you know? It's super, very pleasant.
I don't think I would stream this, but I think with the visuals, it's... Yeah. Look, and now it's nighttime. Or dawn, I don't know. Sundown, sunrise.
Yeah,
Look,
and
he's
so
like,
honored.
oh, I did it.
Yeah. I feel like knowing that backstory makes it even cooler and even sweeter. Like, he seems so honored, and I think as he should be.
Of course, it's like Sweden's biggest music showcase in a way. Yeah. So many people watch it.
Yeah,
I think it has like 75% TV audience share.
Wow. Yeah. Well, Sweden is Eurovision crazy, and they are going for that elusive 7th win to tie Ireland for the most wins of any country. So, yeah, maybe we've listened to the winner of Eurovision. Who knows? I think it's a little early to say, but yeah.
Well, we have over 30 songs now, but
yeah, it's crazy. But,
do you think any of these could win Eurovision?
Oh, do I think any could win Eurovision? This is such a hard question because I don't know. I feel like I need to know who wins. I need to sort of get a sense of what their staging will be like and everything. I really like Cornelia's song. I think especially the more you listen to the lyrics, the more it'll grow on you. But then there's a lot of ballads this year. So
yes.
And I think semifinal 2 has quite a few ballads. Like, they have Poland, they have other countries that I can't recall. off the top of my head.
Montenegro.
So, yeah. So I'm not really sure if, like, I think in a sea of ballads, it might not, if they were to send Hold Me Closer, I don't know if it would stand out as much.
But if you do a ballad, you have to do something different now. And I think she does have an edge over more simple ballads. Or there's a lot of male ballads in this year, I think. Belgium, Australia,
Australia,
Poland, exactly. So we'll see about that. But I think qualifying is not a question. I think Sweden are pretty much in the final.
Yeah, Sweden.
With which song we will see.
I feel like Sweden probably will qualify, understandably so. Like, it's not even a question, like you said, anywhere. I would be shocked if they didn't qualify.
I just wish they switched it up. First of all, sending a woman, which fits Cornelia, but also Clara maybe. And then sending something that has a bit more authenticity, which is again Cornelia's strength, and not just saying because she's my favorite, but objectively. The last time they sent a woman is 2014 with Undo, actually.
Yeah, well, they sent the Mamas. But
well, the Mamas are a group and they didn't compete, so.
Yeah. No, it's actually a good point. I didn't even realize until you mentioned it that there haven't been a lot of women representing Sweden recently.
And Swedish women are strong, you know that. Carola.
It's Charlotte Perrelli.
Exactly.
Two of my queens, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
all right.
I mean, I think Sweden will do well, as they often do at Eurovision. Between the three that we listened to, I think the two that stood out to me the most, sorry, Tim, was Hold Me Closer, Cornelia's song, and then the one we just listened to, Anders' song. Yeah, I mean, Anna's good too, don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
I think I know what Anna is not winning, but Anders and Cornelia are like still to be the big favorites, or two of the biggest favorites. And we will see how things turn out on Saturday.
Yeah.
We will be watching, of course.
And I don't think they can go wrong with either of those. And I mean, Sweden always sends pretty good songs. Whether they can stand out enough and kind of break the mold that maybe they've set themselves into the past few years is another question. But no, as always, Sweden is going to send a strong song, whatever they send.
Yeah, and you already know the staging is going to be the same as in Melodifestivalen.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. I think for Anders, though, it would be interesting to add a little more. Like, it is currently just a screen with nice landscapes. I think they could do more. Let's see what they do if he wins. But yeah, I guess we will find out very soon.
But you will know that the live on tape recording will be filmed on the Melfest stage, I think.
Probably.
At least. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on Melodifestivalen 2022? We would love to hear it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't hesitate to check out our lovely playlists where you can watch other reactions. And just enjoy yourself and look forward to Melfest.
Definitely looking forward to it. Subscribe too if you'd like to see more, and thank you so much for watching.
Yes, see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.